What's up, guys? We are back. Like always, we are slow the week or two after a show. Um, our posting pace prior to Smo. We need
We were
to
on
get
one.
to a place. We need to get to a place where that's normal.
Yeah,
But
that's good.
the team's still small, and Alec travels a lot, and the YouTube channel doesn't actually make money. It just goes to Braden.
So share it. Share the stream.
Share the channel, subscribe to the channel. We are well north of 10,000 now. There's a couple little videos still to come out with Strongest Man on Earth weekend. But yeah, we're kind of closing that door and moving on to future shows.
Other stuff.
Other stuff. Yeah. So to end the year, America's Strongest Man is potentially on there.
Potentially.
And other stuff.
And maybe other stuff.
Yeah. So anyways, so Strongest Man on Earth.
You want to talk about our feelings or the event by event? What do you want to do?
Oh, my feelings are sad.
Me too.
Just first and foremost, like it's weird. This is just how I feel. I don't feel like I got beat. I feel like I lost. And those are two different things.
It's so funny you said that because someone asked me 2 days ago on DMs, how do you feel about the show? I literally go, we didn't earn second. We lost first.
Yeah. Like, objectively, I did better than last year. And I'm like nowhere close to as happy about it. No. And Alice has been good about that. Like, she's like, just keep it in perspective. Like, you're getting better. You're doing good.
And that's always important. Obviously.
And it's like, have fun.
But we know what you're capable of.
I know. And it's like, dude, it's like a $30-something thousand keg throw.
Yeah.
Literally one keg throw.
A weight that we've never missed in training.
I've literally never missed 65 in training. One time. From the first time we tried 65 to the show, we never missed it. And that is a $30,000 keg throw and cost me what I consider to be the pinnacle of what I want to achieve in the sport.
Right. Oh yeah.
This is my dropping the sandbag in the water.
Right.
Like
it is.
That's what I did. This is my Brian Shaw dropping the sandbag in the water.
It is because I
gotta respect Evan. He kicked ass. He only had one bad event. He
was consistent the whole show. Stones, obviously, we knew he was going to be good at stones. It's just not his jam, but he was consistent, and that's all that mattered, right?
Yeah, he just set himself up. Each event scored points, kept his body together.
Well, and what I told him?
He won, and it's his first major, and it's sick.
And he deserves it. And I remember after the show, I shook his hand. I said, just so you know, you did really well because you were Evan and less the T-Rex. And I said that to him. And I was like, you should be the T-Rex less.
Yeah, dude, because just doing what he's capable of, he is a contender at any contest anywhere.
He could be at any show.
Show.
But yeah, I mean, from a coaching perspective, I'm happy for you. Like, you know, we started 3.5 years ago with me. You were an amateur, and pressing 400 pounds was a huge deal to you, right?
Yeah, lost my mind when I did that.
Yeah, and I'm super proud of you, but it's not to the standard we train to, and it's good. It's very good for both of us because I know how I feel, and I know how you feel. You're one of my best friends. That we will never let this happen again. This will never happen again.
I'm like way more mad about this than like objectively being terrible at Worlds.
Right. Because it means something to it actually means something to us.
Yes. It means a lot more to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just it's one of those things. It's like there's 2 events that went bad. Everything else, I left almost no points on the board. We just didn't. The way we train grip for the Arnold, we just have to do that all the time, no matter what.
Like the frame is on me. The frame is on me. The keg's on you.
yeah. Like we just didn't program for grip.
I was so nervous.
Everything was so heavy. I think the way we trained the frame for the Arnold was too much volume of weight.
It was. That's why I didn't program you that way. I was like, I can't have him do what I did. But you still managed to hit certain PRs on this, like abridged version, so I thought you'd be okay, and it just wasn't it. It just wasn't it.
No.
I just need to pull away from the training economy and other lifts that I know you're already good at, and keep the frame, the protocol you already know that works.
Well, the other thing too is I think we may have found the upper limit of. I think it's every time I push my size a little bit. So compared to what I'm used to, I think like the systemic inflammation is higher. It's like the first time I got to 370, it was a huge problem. First time I got to 350, it was a huge problem. This is the first time I got to 390.
And for the record, you're not intentionally pushing your weight.
No,
which is a crazy thing.
No, and like, but that's the systemic inflammation from the first time being that big.
Changes.
Yeah, and it's just also I've noticed during that first time I get larger, that issue of sleeping on my hands and feeling the numbness and like potential nerve effects, that happens more as I get bigger. And it was just in those last few weeks. So it's just like a lot of different reasons why grip was not at its best. And it's all of them are fixable. I know I can have some of the best grip in the game because we've done it.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, keg. I have no excuse. God damn it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Because it's like you look at my keg throw technique; it's objectively really good.
Yeah,
I'm not leaving a lot on the board.
It was the one time your aim was off slightly because you're always so good about your aim. It was the one time
I went like beautifully vertical. Like that was the throw I needed to clear the 70. Right. With a step back, like one foot back, that is the trajectory that the 70 clears. Yeah. And I just threw the 65 straight up, straight down. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, you went straight up, straight down, and then I yelled at you, get closer, because I wanted the exact same release point again. I was like, if he just does it again, the same, he's closer, it's fine. And then you went back just a little bit more than normal. I was like, no.
Yeah, I hit the bottom of the bar. It was like, God damn it. Yeah, damn it. So on my mantle now, I have third place on one side, I have second on the other side, and the middle is vacant, and it's gonna stay vacant until
you will be the first man to have all three at Strongman.
I think so.
I'm gonna win this thing. No one else has had all three.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm just waiting for Mitch and Thor to come back.
Come back, motherfuckers. Come back.
Come on.
Come on.
Yeah. What's cool is after this year, I think there's like 4, 5, 6 regular SMO events that I know I can just win.
Yeah.
Which is like nobody other than Thor has that.
Right.
It was cool is I won every event where we didn't have to move.
And you're a good mover. You're top.
Yeah, I know, but it's kind of funny. Like the deadlift, the log, and the bench press, I won.
I was still complaining about the bench after you won it.
What do you mean? Oh, because you didn't like it?
I was like, it would have been cool if it was a dumbbell. Like I was.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my email from Brian telling me I'm fired from Evolution Athletics for talking shit to him about beating him on bench. Because he's so fiercely competitive. Like, dude. He had to check himself for a second. He's like, "Oh, yeah, funny. We're on the mic."
He just whispers in your ear, "I'll fucking kill you.
I'll kill you." He goes home. He starts benching again. Yeah. And then I sent you that meme. It was like when your boss tells you to do something, but you bench more than them.
Yeah.
It's like, I think I want to punch you in the face right now. It's like send that to Brian. It's like I probably don't bench more than Brian.
He would just tag you in a video of him hitting the 65 with one arm.
Yeah, I know. Just, hey, kid, remember when you haven't won anything?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All that stuff you did all weekend, I paid for that. So, damn it. I guess we go event by event on a couple things.
Yeah.
Like
log.
Braden did recaps of everything. So there was a lot of, you've seen a lot of clips already if you've been following the channel, but I didn't do as much of my own commentary when it comes to the show. Log was really cool.
Yeah. A little different, all the big hitters opened a little less than we anticipated, ourselves included, because the log was just different enough for us to lower things, Because originally the plan was 470, 490. That was the original plan. And I think the way that ended up going probably worked out for the best. What do you think?
We opened up the same as Trey. I was by accident. We just called the same number. We couldn't see each other's call. So based on warm-ups, I kind of thought he was going to open lighter than that.
I thought so too.
But it's just because his clean always looks bad, so I can't tell what him and Chad are thinking.
Yeah,
because he's just not a technical clean. It's not, but he's just so gorilla strong. But we opened at 452, and then we chased him and stayed at the same weight.
Yeah,
and I could tell.
The second was unintentional too, by the way.
Why didn't you see? No, I asked you to match him.
I was no, it was intentional. I remember looking over
we
Chad's
got to pick
shoulder.
second.
Yeah, Chad caught me looking over his shoulder. He's like, and he goes, "You motherfucker!" I'm like, I saw nothing.
But we went after him. We would have got to pick our weight anyways. We got to see his.
I know, but he was still trying to block me off, dude.
I know he was, but and that's what I said. I was like, match him on attempt 2 because I think he's going to fail his clean, and that's what happened. Yeah. And so I got the American record. It wasn't that clean of a rep, honestly. It was I screwed up a few things. It was hard. I honestly might not have given myself a down command, but I'm just the most ridiculously strict person.
Well, because I weren't together.
I took a step forward, and so like somebody said I took a step forward and then I straightened. Like you don't need to necessarily be straight in relation to the judge. You need to be square. In weightlifting,
down.
I might not have either. So I wouldn't have. I could have held it. I could have held it and fixed it, but he gave me the down, so I put it down. So objectively for me, I'm happy I got to go again. But we were in this weird space where it's like, okay, do we turn it off or do we turn it on?
Well, I remember looking at your face. I was like, hey, I need you to keep it on for one more. And you looked like I just kicked your puppy. You were just like, oh,
dude, yeah. And then Trey just used chalk and like, dude, it's one of the heaviest log events ever. You should probably use chalk. He nails his clean, nails his press. I honestly think he could push press 510, 520 right now.
I think so too.
I would fail the press at a certain point. He just can't clean it.
Yeah, I think he was good for 500 minimum that day.
Yes, easy on a push press. So so he hits 485. I basically had the time from when he hit it. I saw him clean it and I was like, okay, turn it on now. Yeah. And then the time it took to weigh the log to get to 490.7. And
just like I basically
no, it was like 2 minutes. It was quick. It was quick. Yeah. And I was like, okay, we got to decide to do this. And I just cleaned it correctly. And it was honestly a fairly easy rep, which kind of frustrates me. Like if Trey hit his 482 with me, we probably both would have called 500.
Yeah, you both would have, because I would have put 500 down.
Yeah, and he would have had to match it.
Because I basically
or try to chip
shows, because at shows, for those that don't know, like at shows prior to the show, me and you agree upon an opener. At the show, we'll discuss a second, and then you just let me take the thirds and what I think you can do, and that's usually how it goes. So I would have pushed you to 5,
and I'm fairly confident I could hit 5. I don't really have any doubt I had that in me. Everyone's like, "Oh, dude, it's just only 20 pounds to the world records." Like that final 10 is big. It's really big. I'd give myself a 20% chance of hitting it. With a 500,
20%.
With a 500, probably 60-70%.
Yeah, I think the difference between 500 and because what's the world record? 509.
509, and it still somebody was saying that 490 is still the third heaviest log ever.
It is.
Yeah, or the third heaviest person ever, right? Like some guys have done multiple lifts over 5 or over me. It's Sojournis and Bibby. They've both done multiple lifts heavier than me.
Yeah, it's just those
it's a third heaviest PR, I guess.
Yeah, no one's ever done that. Everyone's below that besides Bibby and Z.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I think Eddie was capable. He just always jumped for the record.
Yeah, right? I agree.
I have no doubt that Eddie could, if call his own weights, he could have gone 5. Yeah, right. He was just strong enough to do that.
This is the first time in American history. Well, I shouldn't say American history, but at least in the last 20 years or so, that the American record is higher than the UK record.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah. I also, somebody in the comments was saying that I didn't know Mike Jenkins. I think it was Mike Jenkins barely missed 220 kilo.
Yeah, at Worlds.
Yeah,
so it was like the 7th event.
Yeah, and he barely missed 220 kilos. So, like in a different world, that would have been the standing American record, which I would have ended up chipping him and beating him. But that's kind of cool tidbit. And honestly, it was cool to share. First person congratulate me came back through the curtain was Bobby. His last show, he got the American record goes down.
Yeah.
it's kind of a cool like ending for Bobby.
I said, and I know you didn't agree necessarily, but I thought he should have judged you for it because Rob Kearney judged him as the
Sure.
record holder. I thought it would have been a cool little thing.
Yeah. Get Papa Shaw to agree to something like that.
He's hell no. But
hard pass. You guys shut up.
Yeah.
So we went into the frame and arm over arm, which I think this setup was objectively easier than the way they've done this show and this type of event in the past. The completion times were quick. I think the arm over arm was much easier than it was in the past.
I think it was the same weight.
Well, but it's just so strange how like in past years it just seemed to destroy people, and this year a lot of guys did it in like 5 pulls. It was a slight audio issue. Times were fast. Those frames were objectively cool. I thought they were awesome.
I thought they're great frames. I don't know what
you guys were talking about. They're slippy, they're greasy.
My observation,
anything wrong.
That other lane that wasn't yours, someone just happened to use liquid chalk that didn't fully dry before they grabbed, and I think that's just what the other guys were grabbing.
Yeah,
and they could have just took a minute and cleaned it. It was fine.
Well, and what's interesting, because like Eddie was on that lane, Tom Stoltman was on that lane, and they were 2 of the fastest times.
Yeah,
and like Tom's not even like super good grip, and he got it done. What's funny is Jake and Sturge were sitting in the crowd right next to when I came out, and you were like, you got to brush the handles, and then they thought back and watched every group. The guys that actually had the best grip, of course, there's guys who just have great grip. It was when it was actually caked with chalk.
Oh, interesting.
That was their theory.
I don't think it made a difference, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I just don't think my hands were strong enough.
Your hands weren't. They just weren't.
No, they just weren't. So I got way less points than I thought. Like, honestly, if I just did a time where I just finished, because if I get to the arm over arm, based on the guys finishing the arm over arm, I would have done fine. I wouldn't have won it, but I would have probably finished sub 60.
You would have won the show.
I would have won the show by a cakewalk. It could have been like, hey, get 5 stairs and just hi crowd. It's fine. I'll just kill myself.
And one thing too about you should kill yourself. One thing too about the training, I put so much of your training economy into arm over arm in this block, and it sucks because you got so much better at arm over arm this fucking training. You got so good at it.
And the grip we were really working was the grip on the rope.
Yes.
And I think with that rope, it wouldn't even matter. I could just do it.
Oh, I didn't know. I've never touched that piece of equipment.
I know. That's fine. We know now. So it'll for sure be back. I think there's been arm over arm of some kind in every year. Brian likes it.
It's a good event.
It is. So I think it's one of the more dynamic ways to test grip. And I think he hates the static hold grip events.
What I'm hoping is that he figure out a way to do a truck pull next year and to where it is even.
Yes. So I think it could be done in that arena. It's just, logistics got to get figured out. Get into the throw. There's nothing to be said about the throw. We already talked about it. It's fine. It'll just haunt me forever.
Stones was interesting.
Stones. I feel like we learned some lessons from Brian's lecture last year. I think
our tack was good. Our tack was perfect.
I do like our tack mixture.
Our method now is awesome.
So I think the way what we did for this show, that mix of tack using the blowtorch is what we do for the heaviest things we have to do. I don't think it's necessary for Stone Series.
No, I think the Atlas or the Spider is good enough for that. But what we figured out was
that like a World's Strongest Man outdoor. That's the only style of tack setup that I don't think we've mastered because we haven't had to do it.
I think what we did might be the move for an outdoor.
Yeah, we might not even need to use the blowtorch to do it.
No.
But strange thing, my tack didn't stick on my right arm. I was glued to the stone on the left arm.
But everyone had that issue on that zone besides Bryce because he's a monster. But that 550 was different. There was something
I don't know what was up
because Shane touched it. Shane Reese, the head, the coach of MST. Tim, who coaches Nick and Austin, Tim went out there and grabbed it himself. He's like, "Oh, dog, there's grease on this mug or something." And Shane said the exact same thing because Shane touched it too. He's like, "There's something on the stone. I don't know what it is." And obviously flung off it
because it was literally like I put my arms on. I was like, "Yes, we're strong enough." That is the strongest I've ever been at Stones. I had my last warm up at 450 was a joke. Like I could have shouldered it in one motion.
Dude,
it
was good.
I was strong at Stones. and it's like I put my arm right on top of like water, just right off. And I was
That's
like,
what Shane said. Shane said it was like felt like water.
I did like one more attempt at it, and I was like, nope, retreat, let's go. You got a little mad at me because I reapplied tack for a long time, but I was convinced that my right arm was just useless. I thought it was all gone, greased up, and my 3 reps at 500 was still not perfect grip. My left arm was glued, I feel like even 3 reps in, I could have done 5, could have done 6 with that tack without reapplying. My right arm, I kept having to mess with the tacky because it got screwed up. But we did 3 reps at 500 in 40 seconds. And last year we did 1 hard rep at 500. Yeah. So like objectively, we're way stronger at stones this year.
Oh yeah.
I think if we just started at 500, I probably could have done 5.
Yeah. You had the physical ability of 4 or 5 for sure.
Yeah, for sure 4.
I didn't have the 1 point.
Or if I would have done 4 faster than Trey, it would have done 2 more points.
Oh, okay. It would have 2 more.
Because Trey went straight to 500 and just did 4. Austin did 3 as well, but he did it slightly faster, but he got to go after me. So that was another disadvantage of the keg going poorly, is I just had to go out early. But honestly, for an event that could have been a disaster, I'm actually quite proud of that.
Yeah, dude, 4th place. It was sick.
4th place on stones, and objectively better stone lifters. I keep beating, and the undefeated stone streak against Tom Stoltman continues. Which he got a good laugh out of that. He didn't realize it. He's like, "Yeah, you've never beaten me at stones, Tom."
Yeah, the look on his face when I pointed that, he goes, "Oh yeah, I've never."
Oh yeah, King of the Stones, nerd.
Yeah,
right here. So good time. Hello, Zach McCarley. Yeah, Zach just walked in doing
our newest roommate.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast. It's fine. You can make noise. Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's a very informal channel. Day 2, I think day 1 was like objectively not that hard on the body.
No, because we didn't do.
I didn't have anything that was a mat. Yeah, we didn't do much. We didn't do anything on day 1. We were in 7th, which technically is better than we did last year. We were in 8th last year. That's right. 1 position better, and we ended 1 position better. Trap bar, we opened kind of light.
Well, in retrospect, sure.
Sure. So
based on training, it was relatively heavy-ish.
Yeah, I think the heaviest we had in training was 1,025, and it wasn't super easy.
I would call it like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah. So we basically did a little bit above that for our attempt 2, and then we jumped 100 pounds. I was like, whatever Evan calls, do it.
Well, I was just picking because they, for some reason, they wouldn't let me see what they were picking in the back, which they were supposed to. And so I couldn't see what other dudes are picking. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick a number so far out of reach that I know he can hit, and I'm going to make these assholes reach. And
then on the switch where we got to repick, they just picked what I picked.
Right.
Because they picked after. Well, I think the order got messed up. So we picked after Evan, right? Because Evan pulled before me.
He pulled No. So on attempt 1, you both. I don't remember what Evan had. You had 9.
He went heavier than me.
He went heavier than you, so then he would have picked after you, right?
He was supposed to, but it was an error by the scoring.
Yeah, I just remember that I was supposed to be able to see what these guys were doing, and I couldn't. But they got to see what you picked.
Yeah, it was. I think it was just logistics got a little messed up on that event.
It didn't happen.
And Brian came back, apologized for it. It's like kind of a gut check for the team. It was fine. It didn't change anything.
No. I just no matter what, I was going to pick a number that I thought you could hit, and I was like, I'm trying to put it out of reach of these guys.
And I think I may have had 20 or 30 more pounds.
I think you could.
I think Evan may have had more than that.
I don't know.
I theorize that if once Evan's speed goes away, he might fail that lift.
I think he fails off the floor. You would fail past the knee.
Potentially, yeah. So, it's interesting. I think if we were to do that event again, me and him would probably open where we did our seconds and push somewhere closer to 1,200 for our thirds.
Yeah.
So I hope such a cool implement. I could see them running that back and doing it again.
I hope they bring it to the Arnold. The Rogue made it.
Yeah, it's a cool thing. I'd like to do it again. And And it was so funny on the 2 events where we got to pick our own attempts, because like Brian's been driving that home. Every interview, he's like, get to pick your own attempt. Strategy is important. I wish every max was like that. And I think he loves it more than anybody. But it's funny. I could tell on commentary, he was getting so mad when we were picking the same weights as each other. He's like, why are they doing that? And I was like,
well,
for us, I just wanted
what's happening.
I know. And also, I just was betting against them, but I guess his argument would have been chip them then.
Well, and the thing is, I would have had I been able to see their damn numbers. I wouldn't have matched Trey on the vlog. I wouldn't have matched Evan on the third. I would have picked more, but I couldn't see what was being picked because they chose the thing and run away.
The only one of those we did intentionally is our second log. I said match him.
Yeah.
It was actually bigger than I wanted to go on attempt 2, but I'm like, match him. I can do it. He will miss. Yeah. And I didn't want that extra 2.5 pounds. No. So it's just funny. It's like Brian was like, oh, damn it. Do 5 pounds more, you idiots.
I'm with him on that. But like,
I know.
I think something that would really help the show next time, they need to have an electronic screen in the back displaying the picks. Because that's so easy to do.
Use some kind of like weightlifting or powerlifting.
Use the literal use the literal weightlifting software from USAW, because that's what it's made for. It's a 3-attempt rising bar system. Right? Or you could use the powerlifting.
Because it would get, based on Brian's rules, a powerlifting system would be exactly what you need.
Exactly. So, if they had that, then I could see like, oh, I'm going to chip them. Like that's it.
Yeah, 100%. And like you could still do the mystery on selection 1, do selection 1 on a piece of paper, and then from there it runs like a powerlifting meet where you see attempts, and you do get rewarded by doing heavier attempts, seeing more guys' selections. Exactly. Like it should just be like a powerlifting meet. And Brian came back mad because he's like, it should have just been like that, and it got a little screwed up, a little convoluted.
It was still fine. The meet was
fine. Yeah, there was no major issues with the show. Just little stuff that I don't think changed anything in the end, even with how close the show was.
Evan still would have won. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. Yoke. Round 1, everybody but 2 got through it. I thought it was objectively cool. The resets were a little slow, but I think if there was an event where we got a little extra rest and it's not a big deal, it's that one. And then 1,400 pounds, didn't get it done, but I'm not mad about it. I don't know.
Sorry, your literal mother is texting me. Yeah, I thought it was great. The training went really well. You have an interesting thing where we can't run yoke too often because you have a broken heel and it starts damaging your plantar, your fascia of your foot, right? So your training for yoke is a little different than most.
Yeah, I literally did like 3 yoke runs for this whole prep.
Yeah, but even still, like I was very pleased with the results. I think it's something that you're capable of winning in the future, and we'll work on that. But I'm very happy with the 3rd place in that event.
Mm-hmm. And I think Hoth put up such a performance that like I'm not even mad to lose to that. Like he only got 2 seconds slower adding 200 pounds.
He's good at yoke, bro.
He's good at yoke, and I don't think anybody would have called that. Like, I think we did actually based on training.
We did.
I think we said Hoth is going to win the event if it's not me. And Andrade snuck in the middle. He got it done. And I think I could have finished. I had time to finish, but I saw the distance and the time, and I was like, literally no point. I can't gain a point by finishing, so I didn't pick it a 3rd time. Yeah,
you were good.
Yeah, I was good. I got my 3 points. As soon as I got done, I was like, Brian, I think that's 3rd. And he's like, thumbs up, yeah. And then, move on. Pec was a little crampy after that.
I was a little worried.
I had to get body work in between 1,200 and 1,400 on my pecs, and I was like, oh shit, the next event is bench.
Yeah, we
did more soft tissue on the pecs. KK was helping me out throughout the weekend on the pecs. I didn't feel it at all on the chest press.
Yeah, I would have. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I felt like it was all triceps,
which is great. That's what I was hoping for. On the machine, because I know you have incredibly powerful triceps, and if in comparison to other parts of your shoulder, the pecs aren't as developed, right? Like, why would they be? But you manage that machine so well. I think I'm really pleased with the training protocol we came up with. That I think it worked perfectly.
We just run it again.
That's the exact one.
And I think in testing, JF and Ed Cohen were like, you need to go wider to get your pecs into it.
Right.
And I was like, nope.
Yeah. Well, so
the good typical good cues for the bench press, but I'm a weird athlete who did close grip bench their whole career as a shot put.
Yeah. And Ed was right, though. Ed was right next to you, and he kept on leaning into me. He kept on saying, hey, make sure he arches even harder because he'll get more out of it no matter what style. And he was right.
Yeah. And I'm so glad I bought the machine.
Yeah.
I literally purchased points because I knew how to do it relaxed. I knew little technical things that make it easier. I'm not going to say what those are.
No.
But I literally bought the machine, and I won the event when I needed to, and I got to go into the final event first because of it.
Yeah, and that machine could have earned you. I mean, sure, it cost you what, $5,000, $6,000? It probably got you an
$5,000. Yeah, maybe like I might have got third. Well, in the end, I beat Tom Evans by a few points, but it could have changed things, right? And I regret nothing, right? And now my gym has a really cool chest press machine. And then final event, head to head with Evan, which I was like, I literally said my one scenario where I don't want, or like if I go into the final heat very close in points with like Tom Stoltman or Evan Singleton, I was like, that is the scenario where it's like, damn it.
Yeah.
Right. Because like, but
you had a big PR on timing on that one.
Yeah. Like slightly different event, but I'm actually proud of the run.
Huge PR.
My back was a mess during that. Like, and Evans was too. Andrade's back was a mess. Like all the guys, this show hurt so much more than last year. The lifting in our backs of the power stairs was the thing that we were struggling with. Yes, the cardio was bad, but like I felt like cardio wise, I was more prepared this year.
Dude, your cardio was phenomenal this year.
It was just hard. Like it was hard. It wasn't like it. There was nothing. It's to be expected. You're going to do that event, and if you're not hurting afterwards, cardio wise, you just didn't do it hard enough. But it was just like my back. I like could barely get those last two stairs on. I was barely tall enough to do it.
You were close to Evan nearly that entire run.
I know.
I just distance on the side. It was very close. It was good.
I know. It was. I stayed with him. He ended up beating me by like 8 seconds in the end, which I think a little bit of wind came out of my sails when he finished.
I thought it was 4.
No. So I think he went 44. Bryce went 48. I went 52.
Okay.
And also it was kind of some situational awareness. I didn't consider the one guy between us. I don't think I could have finished it 4 seconds faster. Like
probably
not, dude. I was really, really hurting out there. And those last two stairs, it was about all I had.
Yeah.
But so cool thing. I don't think anybody realizes this because it's not publicly published. If there's a tie at the Strongest Man on Earth, they had a pre-designed tiebreaker event. It's not count back. It's not previous event. If it was count back, I'd win.
I wish it was fucking count back.
I know. So if Bryce didn't get between us, I would have won on count back. If it was last event, which Brian would never do that because he hates that, and I hate that too, Evan would win. But
it kind of is last event. It is last event
because the tiebreaker event is do the power stairs again.
Right.
And
that's funny, the last event.
We did like a YouTube thing with a couple of guys on the day after the show, and we were kind of with Brian, and we're like, "Whoa, Brian, that would have been crazy if we would have tied." And I was like, "Hey, quick question: how long would we have before we go do the power stairs again? Because we were the final heat, we've had no rest." And he's like, "No, good point. We need to define that for future years. So maybe it's 5 minutes." He's like, "Maybe it's 5 minutes. Maybe it's 10 minutes."
And I think it's count back.
Me and Evan were like, we were joking around like, there's nothing I would have wanted to do more and also less at the same time, right? Like doing the power stairs again, neither one of us would have finished. It would have just been who gets the furthest in a minute.
Who's the dog?
Nightmare fuel, dude.
Yeah.
That would have been the craziest way to finish Strongest Man on Earth. It's like, hey guys, you're up. Go again. So no, but Evan got me. I knew it as soon as he won the event. I shook his hand. You have your moment. I didn't even realize this until I watched the stream back. Brian was like, "Hey, Lucas, stick around." He was trying to interview me, and I went in the back because I was like, I needed oxygen bad, like really bad, and I was cramping, and it was just like I was a mess.
I don't think
I should have stayed. I didn't hear him, and I should have stayed for an interview. And like, it's funny, Reddit was giving me a hard time. It's like, oh, Lucas had to like take a shit or something, or like somebody put up like, oh, Lucas being disrespectful, not doing an interview. And I was like, it's actually objectively the opposite. That is Evan's moment. I didn't earn that moment. I get that moment when I earn that moment, right? Yeah, like I think I didn't
let the T-Rex have his moment.
Well, in Evan's interview, they didn't really know that he won the show. They had to double check. I just knew that I lost the show. Right. So I was like, this is Evan's moment. Whether he knows it or not, he won. Have it, enjoy it, and I'm going to go to the back. And maybe it would have been cool to do that final interview with Brian, because it is a weekend I am proud of. And that would have been a cool opportunity to thank family and friends and all that stuff, which I have done. But yeah, just awesome weekend. I want to win it, and I want the full collection of trophies. So we're going to do that next year. Doesn't matter what the events are. We're going to figure it out.
No, next year we're winning. I don't give
we got to win it. We got to win it. I don't know. Final thoughts. Like,
that was a good show. I thought this show was I thought it was really well run. Even yes. The little things in the back that none of the fans would know about, but it was really well run. A future event that I think would be really cool. I would love to see a Stone series ending in 500 pounds for reps. Sure. Like a series that ends there. But other than that, like I loved the show. I really hope. I said it to Brian after the show. I said, I really hope you understand the ripple effects in these men's lives that you're creating. Yeah. And I go, I don't think you understand. He goes, and he said, I don't think I understand either. Like, I was like, this show is so important to so many people, and it's my favorite show. It's that in North America are my two damn favorite shows in the whole damn sport.
Yeah. And it's like I did well at the Arnold, I did well at other things, and maybe I just didn't do the networking I needed to at those shows and made the connections. But like Strongest Man on Earth last year was the biggest amount of money I'd ever won. Yeah. This year, the prize pool was less in total for a variety of reasons. They were very transparent about it. They were cool, and we understood. I still made more than I did last year. So objectively, the biggest prize I've ever won at a show. Yeah. Last year, I got sponsorships, 3 sponsors that pay monthly with some kind of kickback that also Full Strength AI helps out with you guys' travel.
Pay for my flights for your shows.
And that came from Strongest Man on Earth, the connection I made there. And like now I have those people in my corner, like Full Strength AI is awesome. Evolution Athletics, Undefined Nutrition, obviously. And then like this year, there's 3 or 4 companies that I met through the expo, or like they saw something I did at the show that I'm in those meetings right now. And it's like, those might turn into long-term partnerships. And it's just
changes lives.
On Earth. And also we basically use the show as the platform to launch my merch. We crushed. And awesome. Now we're at a point, like within 2 or 3 weeks of launching, we've covered our upfront costs with setting up the website, with inventory, all that stuff. And now we're at a place where we can buy more inventory, build it, grow it, whatever, just with the money we've made. It's like, it got a business off the ground. Strongest Man on Earth is going to be probably the reason I can buy a house. Yeah.
Yeah. Change mine, change yours.
Yeah. It's just
Braden.
Like Braden is not full-time yet, but he's getting closer. And it's things like Strongest Man on Earth that are doing that. So thank you, Brian and Carrie. Thank you to the team. Thank you to
get to do other stuff.
Yes. All my friends and family that came out and helped. I had a small army of people helping. I already did the Instagram post, but it just can't be said enough. Like Alice, the people who helped at the booth. I had people in all corners of the arena. I had my dad's whole extended family there. My nephew Trip, like second time on a plane. He's only flown twice, and both of them to see me do Strongman. So I don't take that lightly. I know that's a big expense and hard thing to do for my brother and Shelby.
I gotta send it to you. I gotta send it to you later. I was on Instagram, and in a suggested post was someone at the show filming your deadlift, your last deadlift.
Okay.
And they happened to be sitting right next to your family, right?
Oh, really?
So the guy zooms in, you finish the lift, and he pans over, and your brother is losing his marbles. He's now standing in the aisle, just freaking out, and your mom is just passing. I'll send it to you later. It's great.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't know this too. For the last log lift, my dad had like gone down the aisle and was like on the floor, and they're like, get back. And he's like he was down at the bottom of the aisle. So like he was trying to get my attention after the lift. I didn't even realize it. I would have gone over, talk to my dad after the lift, but he was like trying to get on the floor after the last log. It's like my family just, they're just so involved, and it's cool, man. So overall, awesome weekend. Let us know what you guys think. Any questions about the show? Because the rumor mill comes up, there's always little things that happen. If you want clarification on it, I just think it was a really well run show that I'm really happy to be part of. We'll be back to some training videos and more podcasts next week. But yeah, it'll probably take us a few weeks to get into like a good rhythm again. But thanks, guys.